Hi, my name is Amandine, but you can call me Ama. I am a French model, creative director, creative operator, owner of a small business named Sloan Rose, among a lot of other things. But today I bring a new series on my YouTube channel named Length. It's all about growing your hair. It's kind of a hair growth diary, but also a little mini documentary. That's what I'm hoping for because I want to try new thing. I don't want to follow new trends. I don't want to buy a new product. I already have enough product in my bathroom. I want to experiment new thing for me, but old thing for humanity. Um, I want to try. I want to research the traditions behind things. I want to research the science behind things, and yeah, I just want to have fun with all of it. And I've never had long hair, like never. I was born bald, if that's an indication of something. My sister on the other side always had long hair. She has a handful of hair when she was born, and she always had long hair down to her lower back, even longer. And my mom would always braid her hair for her because it was easier to like manage and upkeep and stuff. But I've never had long hair. Even as a teen, I had like short hair. I have curly hair, so you know it's the shrinkage. But it was always short, and I've always wanted to have long hair. I don't know if I want long hair because I want long hair. I don't know if because of all of those years of my sister making fun of me for having short hair, or like kind of no hair at all because my hair is very thin. But I want long hair nowadays, and I'm ready do to try things, to have fun, to experiment. That's what I want to do, uh, to see how I can get my hair to grow. This month was all about setting new routine, trying something new and setting new routine that I would actually stick to every week. And this first month is about Ayurvedic powders. That was a really nice start in this journey because during my research I found out that the word shampoo originally come from an Indian word champi. Excuse my words in saying, but it comes from an ancient word that is 5,000 years old, and that wasn't about the concoction, the mixture, the recipe, but was about the technique, the massaging technique to clean your scalp and your hair. So let's get started. Before there were sulfates, before there were bottles, before there was beauty industries at all, there was Ayurveda, a system of medicine developed in India over 5,000 years ago, built on one idea, that health is a balance between body, mind, and spirit. And hair care wasn't separated from that. It was part of it. Ancient texts written over 2,000 years ago already listed specific herbs for the scalp. Physicians would prescribe them. Apprentices would collect the leaves and root, soak them in coconut oil for days, then blend them over a slow fire into a paste applied to the hair every night. This wasn't a trend, this was medicine. And then there is Champi, the ritual that actually gave us the word shampoo. Not the cleansing, just the massage. Shakna in Hindi means to knead, to press. British colonizer encountered it in the 18th century and brought the word back. The meaning got lost, the bottles came later. But in India, Champi was never about product, it was about transmission. Mother massaging their daughter's scalp with warm herbal oil, talking, passing things down. There's even an Hindi word, sneha, that means both oil and love. They are the same word, and it is not a coincidence. It was intergenerational by design. Infants massaged daily, children taught to do it for their siblings by age 6. The matriarch of the family was often identified by who gave the massage. Shikakai, literally fruit for hair, is a plant that takes 20 years to grow before it's ready to harvest. It's been documented in Ayurvedic medical texts under the name Bahupena, meaning extremely foam generating. Rural Indian women ground the dry pods by hand, mixed them with water, and used them to wash their hair long before synthetic shampoo existed. It doesn't strip your natural oils, That's the whole point. Amla, Indian gooseberry. One of the oldest hair ingredients on Earth, traced all the way back to the Indus Valley civilization. The earliest recorded shampoo formula was literally boiling amla with salt berries and straining the water. Bringraj. This one has the best name. Bring meaning bee, Raj means king, the king of herbs for hair. Its formal Sanskrit title is Kesharaja, king of hair. Ancient texts described it as a rasayana, a rejuvenating agent that reverses aging. And a 2008 study found it actually outperformed 2% minoxidil in stimulating hair follicles growth. A 2008 study found it actually outperformed 2% minoxidil in stimulating hair follicle growth. Brahim, originally a brain herb, used for centuries to treat anxiety and improve memory. What's interesting is that it crossed over into hair care because the same compound that calmed the nervous system also reduced the stress hormone that causes hair loss. The connection makes sense once you know Ayurveda never separated the two. Finally, we have neem, the sacred tree. In India, it's planted near home and temples for purification. As a hair ingredient, it's antifungal, antimicrobial, and one of the traditional monsoon season treatments because humidity creates exactly the scalp condition neem fights. So here is what I did. Once a week, on Sundays for me are chore day, and you kind of make a little mess in the bathroom, so I would do my mask and then clean the bathroom during the wait time. So every Sunday for the past months, I will make my little concoction. So I will take those 5 powders that I told you about from the brand MB Herbals. I leave the recipe here for you. I want to point to something though, is that this recipe, I kind of like judge it, but I was like things I found on the internet and stuff, but I made this recipe for my specific hair type and my porosity, so it's not gonna be the same for everybody. We don't all have different hair type. I also have thin hair and other things. So I want to point that out, that you're gonna have to like make your research and try see what works for you or not. So I made little concoctions, making sure that the consistency was kind of like a pancake to yogurt consistency, because you don't want it to be too runny because it's just gonna run on your neck and stuff during the waiting time, but you don't want it also like too dry and clumpy. So before applying the mask, I rinse my hair for a few minutes in warm water to open the follicles of my hair, and then I start applying the mask. So I section my hair. I'm being careful to sectioning my hair and focus on the scalp, trying to reach all of the different like area around my scalp to have a uniform growth, I guess. And then I use this already like mix of powder from the same brand for a conditioning mask for the length. then you wrap it up, you put a little head cap so it keeps it warm and stuff. And same thing as the recipe of the powder, the lengths you're gonna keep those powders on your head depends on your hair type and stuff. I'll keep it for 35 minutes, clean my bathroom in the meantime, and then rinse it. I'll take a minute to rinse it, in the sense where like I'll be really, I don't have the water right now, but meticulous. I'll be meticulous about rinsing it, because you want to get rid of as much as the powder, as the debris, if I can call them like that. You want to rinse it as much as possible. And what I did was that I would rinse it and I would braid my hair after that with like an oil. I use castor oil. And I will come back the next day to finish my routine, because you still have some of those benefit to some of this powder coating on the hair, and I wanted to like keep it the longest as possible without keeping the powder themselves on my hair. So that's what I would do, like a loose braid. It didn't really matter. Sometimes I would do burn a loose braid with that castor oil, and the next day I'll come back and do my shampoo. I use the She Moisture, like the hibiscus and coconut or something. I'll do my shampoo and then do my routine as usual to use my Bumble and Bumble hair product. I also made 2 other things from scratch this month. One that I was using regularly and one that I did not use that much. I made rosemary water. I've been told before that rosemary is really good for hair growth. To just make that water for like once a week, and you can just use it whenever you need. You keep it in the fridge, of course. During this month, I also infused an oil with some of those powders. Not all of them, but some of them. But I wasn't really disciplined in using them. Ideally, I wanted to use them on Wednesday and also on Saturday night, the night before my mask, my powder mask. But I did not do a good job about it. So that's something I want to implement for months 2, and that's something I'll tell you more about in the next video. As I'm recording this video, I'm in 2 months 2. So there is no result to show. Also, I had a haircut, but I want to talk more about like cutting your hair and other thing in the following videos. So like, let's be honest, there is nothing to show, and it's gonna be taking months to see results. Right now, we're here for the fun, we're here for the tradition, we're here to learn about new culture while taking care of our hair. So that's something I want to really be clear about. I've seen a difference in shedding. I feel like my hair shed less since I've started, but I could be wrong, I could be right. But I kind of feel like this difference in shedding. I've noticed a lot of breakage, but as I said, this comes with not cutting your hair and having like damaged hands, but we'll talk about it later about that. But I am really excited about next month. Next month, I want to keep on doing those powders. Mask. I want to implement that oil, that's massaging scalp oil, using the oil that I've mixed, but also using castor oils and all of different oils and techniques. And I also want to look a little bit more into flaxseed, because I've heard like I've seen that you can make a gel that is really nice for curly hair, and I want to dig a little bit more into all of that. So I would love also to hear about traditions and culture about hair care and hair growth that you guys know about, or that you guys would love to hear about from me, that I can implement the next month, but also just research and talk about in a future video. So let me know all of this in the comment. And also, if you like this video, please comment, like, share, subscribe, and all the thing. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.